Hey everyone, Sean Smith here from PPCAMSaccelerator.com. And before we get started on this video, if you don't mind doing me a favor, just hit the like button, just because the like button helps with the YouTube algorithm. And the more likes a video gets, the more exposure it'll get in the community. So that being said, let's jump right in. I have a quick question. Have you ever opened up your Amazon PPC account and kind of panicked? Or just kind of like your heart jumped, or just got a little anxious because maybe ACoS spiked or sales aren't where you want them to be? I think that one of the big kind of issues working in Amazon PPC is the potential anxiety and stress that comes along with managing Amazon PPC, because it can be stressful. And the reason it's so stressful is because it's such a critical part of an Amazon business, right? And, if you're managing an Amazon business that's generating a good amount of revenue, high six figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, then when the Amazon PPC starts to not do well, it can really cause stress, anxiety, and issues. And what I've noticed, I've done this as well, and other people is, when you get into that kind of like fight, freeze, or flight mentality, you start to kind of sometimes panic and you jump into the account, start making bid changes, maybe testing new keywords, start kind of doing things to remedy the situation. But you're not doing it with as much of a clear mind as you could, because you're kind of in a panic and you got a little anxiousness. And it's one of those things that I've had to work with for years. I feel like a lot of people who manage Amazon PPC can suffer in silence and have stress and anxiety over it, because maybe certain accounts aren't getting the results that they want. And they're wondering to themselves, is it me? Is it the account? Kind of what's going on here? And you kind of have to build a relationship with Amazon PPC. And that means not only from a technical perspective, right? On the technical side, it's like understanding bid optimizations, understanding, how to do keyword research, product target research, understanding all the ad types, all the targeting within the ad types, sponsored display, different audience targeting. You can do, remarketing now with views, and, there are a lot of features that are available to us now from a technical perspective. But then there's also the non-technical side of it. And that's more about taking your deep understanding of PPC knowledge and applying it to your day-to-day, so that you can make sure that you don't have too much stress, or you don't allow the anxiety and stress to accumulate, because, it's not good for you. It's not good for anyone around you, to be honest. I think that stress and anxiety are good as indicators. They're good as signals, right? If you opened up an Amazon PPC account and it was not doing, and the ACoS was really high and it wasn't doing very well, and you were just like, no big deal, then, your business isn't going to do well, or your PPC is not going to do well. But that initial stress, it's an indicator. It's like, oh, what's going on here? But I think what happens is that when we start to let that stress kind of like, we hang on to it for too long, and then we start to have catastrophizing thoughts. For example, let's say you open up the account, you make some changes, and then later that day, you start thinking to yourself, well, what if the changes I made didn't work? What if the situation actually gets worse because of the changes? So you kind of like go down this rabbit hole of coming up with scenarios where it could get worse and worse. That's quite a human thing, catastrophizing thoughts. Everyone does it, for the most part. And so, it's important to build a healthy relationship with Amazon PPC. So that means really getting a deep technical understanding of the platform and the behavior of the platform as well. So that includes like testing things and monitoring cause and effect. Because what I've learned is, as I've gotten better and better at PPC, I was able to build a healthier relationship with it. But there were when it came to my career in PPC, there were two parts of it. It was like getting good at the skill, but then also training my mind. And, training my mind for me included studying meditation, meditating daily, and understanding like technical meditation. I would read books on the current scientific research behind meditation, the different types of meditation that stimulate different areas of the brains. And so, I think those two really helped me out a lot when it came to building a healthy relationship with Amazon PPC. I know that sounds weird, right? It sounds kind of weird to say building a relationship, but that's kind of how I think of it. It's such a big part of my life, and it's something I've been doing for almost 6 years now. And I've worked with hundreds of sellers, 6, 7, 8-figure sellers. And it's something that I've had to build a relationship with. It's unavoidable when it's your career. You have to learn how to manage it. So, that's something that for you have to, if you manage Amazon PPC, you have to create a baseline or a benchmark of where you're at with your relationship with PPC. Like, is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? Do you feel like it can be overwhelming? And when it overwhelms you, does it affect other areas of your life? So that requires, number one, awareness, bringing that to the surface and making yourself aware of the situation. And number two, it allows you to take action. And keep in mind that when you get better at managing PPC, what happens is not only from like a technical standpoint, but in your mind, training your mind and having a healthier relationship with it where it's not, causing you to worry too much and all that stuff, you actually make better decisions. You're actually a better decision maker with Amazon PPC. Because, for example, a good solid example is when someone's Amazon PPC is not doing well and they can get reactive, and they'll go in and they'll make changes, and they're not tracking these changes. They're just like, I need to decrease bids. I need to do this, that, or the other. So what happens is they're not doing things systematically and like numerically. Like me, I have math that I use to make decisions, and then I test that math, and then I see what the outputs of that math are at scale, and then I say to myself, okay, this math creates this specific outcome. So I develop a deeper understanding of the cause and effect, and I get closer to PPC. That's kind of how I imagine it. So I think this video is definitely on the softer side of things. It's not as technical, but it's just as important because, your well-being when you manage your Amazon PPC is really important, because the well-being that you have while you manage PPC is going to dictate a lot of the well-being, like how you treat yourself and how you treat other people. And you really want to make sure you can optimize that for better outcomes, less stress, and, a more relaxed and fun journey where you can get results. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, if it brought you value, hit the like button. I hope you enjoyed it. It's not my usual technical video, but I feel like it's something that a lot of people don't talk about, but it's just as important as becoming technically good at it. Because what I've seen when I got better, I know I'm going off on tangents here. Hold on, let me check out my time. All right, I got a couple more minutes, I would say. Try to keep these 10 to 15. But when I got better at being less reactive to PPC, I was able to make better decisions for myself and for the PPC accounts, right? I was able to sit back rather than I would use the stress as a signal, like, okay, we need to make changes. Well, let's look at our systems. What systems are we currently implementing, and why aren't those systems working? And then I would analyze those systems, and I'd be like, okay, where can we tweak the systems, right? Because I have systems already set up that are managing PPC. And so rather than going in and making changes, I say, okay, what are the systems that are at work? Let me take some time to analyze those systems. Let me get in there, see what's going on, and see if we can't tweak the systems to make it better. Because then that helps you prevent a lot of issues in the future. Because now I have a piece of information saying like, hey, if I tweak this system like this, then I get this outcome. So then I can apply that across accounts. It just allowed me to think a bit more clear-headed. And it also, helps you with stress, anxiety. You don't want to have to lose sleep when your, Amazon PPC is not doing well. It's just such a important part of his Amazon business, right? As Amazon entrepreneurs, you know, that's your livelihood. That's what pays your bills. That's what supports your family, your friends. It supports the people around you. And so when you have this feeling that your PPC is not doing well, then for you, that's an indicator that your business is not doing well or something bad is happening to your business. And then that can affect you emotionally, psychologically, things like that. So, you know, your well-being kind of goes down, you know, so, and it's not good, man, because the well-being of others, you know, you might be spending time with friends or family and you're distracted because your PPC is not performing where you want it to be. So you're not able to live in the moment and enjoy it and unplug, which is important as a you know, entrepreneur, being able to unplug and kind of separate yourself from your business to decompress. You need decompression time sometimes. But all right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, smash the like button and I will see you next time. Bye.